Hello again, everyone. Galidorn back here again, playing Raid Shadow Legends. It's been a couple days since my last upload.
Start talking and talk fast, you lousy bum.
We've been frantically trying to reach you, dude.
Today I'm going to kind of get into some of the thought process I have as I develop the account as casual free-to-play. We're going to get into a bit of a deeper dive into my approach to Masteries, and I'm going to specifically focus around one champion, and that is Ugir. Now, as you can see, I do not have any Masteries on him. I said in a previous video that I'm very careful in my approach to Masteries. So when I go to give any champion Masteries, I have to decide, am I going to spend gems all at once? 800 gems in order to deck them out with their Masteries right away, or am I going to start them in the process for Minotaur? Because once I put a champion in Minotaur, they stay in there on that team running Minotaur until they achieve all the scrolls to get their Masteries, which is quite a long period of time. And as you can see, as casual free play, you don't have that many gems. My approach is when I go into a fusion or any kind of event like that, I want to have between 7,000 and 8,000 gems. So as you can see here, I'm right on the cusp of that. So putting 800 gems into a champion is going to knock me back quite significantly, take me under the limit that I'm comfortable for doing a fusion. And I know there's probably another fusion coming up in the next couple of weeks. But since I'm trying to incorporate Ugir more into my arena fights and arena battles, and I actually have put him into my first team of defense. This is a team that I think I struggle with the most out of my defensive teams. I don't expect to have a majority win rate in any of the teams, but I would like to have some victories coming out of them. Right now in my team 2, I have, as I referred to, the wall. I have actually updated, because this used to be my other Helicat that didn't have the bolster, but this one now does. Now this is my top of the line wall team. So this is the one that I generally want to have the most victories. I think it's my strongest team in defense. And then I've put this team in that is basically set up to keep Rhodos alive until he can start, like block reviving people and stuff. A bit fast at my tanky Arbiter, not blazing speed. That's why I have Vogoth in here. Vogoth's also in a bolster set to try and, like I said, keep people alive. And of course, I got who I consider my top healer in Sathalia. So basically, this is all built up around my Rhodos. This is the team that I'm trying to get to work a bit. Now, in order for it to do that, Ugir needs to be fully decked out. And that doesn't just mean Masteries, it means getting his skills up as well. He's the champ now that I'm going to be putting legendary books as I get them in. So as you see here right now, I have no legendary books, but as I come across them, as I get them, it's a slow process again, casual, free to play, mainly getting them when they drop from Clan Boss, because I really only pick up the legendary books and events and stuff and tournaments when I'm pulling all for a big event like a fusion. But he's a work in progress on his books, and that is something that, it comes as it comes. But however, the Masteries is something that I do have control over. So I will be putting 800 gems down on him. And my approach is I want a bit more damage. I don't expect him to be a big damage dealer, but I do want a bit more damage. So I'm going to work my way down here. I'm going to go down to Helm Smasher because, like I said, primarily the arena focus. Also, it's going to be on the support tree because he does put the weakened debuffs. He does steal. He does put the block debuffs, so he needs to really shine. I've got him with a lot of accuracy. Someone who steals buffs, who blocks the other team from getting debuffs, but because of his passive that counterattacks on the revives, and I have him paired with Lydia, so as I've shown before, he will do that passive even on a revive attempt. So when she blocks revive and the opponent is unsuccessful in the revive, he will come back and he will do that his A2 anyway. You'll see here that I have gone through and I've considered And I've put Masteries on Ugir. Now, I thought long and hard about this, and I really set up these Masteries ultimately thinking about the team he's on now in the defense and who's going to be around him. See if I want to make this team work. So I did come down. I want to put damage and get Helm Smasher because he is going to be in the arena. So I wanted the additional damage Masteries. Even though he's currently over 100% crit rate, because he does his damage with HP, taking attack didn't make any sense. So of course I went to crit damage. I thought about taking the shield breaker, but with his abilities he steals or removes, so he's going to be hopefully taking shields away. Anyway, I thought long and hard about it, and I would rather go down and take the two in the second tier on the support. So it heals this champion by 10% first time an enemy is killed each round. So I like to keep him alive, help with a bit of survivability, because the team he's on, there is no healing going on. So survivability is a concern for him. And of course, accuracy, yeah, polymorph, whatever. You know, I don't concern myself with polymorph, honestly. You know, everyone's up in arms. I just don't concern myself with polymorph. Of course, accuracy for enemy alive. I thought about this one too, whether I wanted to go with the life drinker, give him some heal ability, but then I wanted the turn meter boost more. Now, because of the team he's in, here's where they get kind of interesting. I did pick up Wrath of the Slain because Lydia is on the team and Wukong is on the team. So Lydia, if she's dead, can revive herself, and Wukong obviously revives himself. So if they're dead but yet can come back, this could give me some benefit. And as well, this one, Spirit Haste, increases speed by 8 for each dead ally. Normally that's something you would put on like a reviver, but since I've got a couple of self-revivers, it can make him a little bit faster. Maybe while they're down waiting to come back, it can benefit him. And then I chose Master Hexer over Sniper because once he's booked out, his ability to place will all be at 100%. But I would like him to, if he places, to be able to extend the debuffs. And like I said, I did go down and do Helm Smasher because I do want him to do a bit more damage. So I forsook, the Oppressor and the Eagle Eye to see if I could squeeze a bit more damage out of him. Now that I've talked about choosing specific champs and being very careful about giving them full masteries with the gems, it's also part of the process to decide who goes into the Minotaur team to start collecting. Because once I put them in there, they're not coming out until they get fully decked up. Now, I don't follow that rule 100%. If I decide that a champion that I put in there has kind of gone by the wayside and someone else needs to go in, then I will do that.
Walking contradiction.
However, that is very rare because if I take somebody out, it generally means they're not going to get all their masteries, and so it's been a lot of time and energy wasted. So as you can see here right now, I've got Kellen in here, I've got Blood Gorged, I've got Eric's, and I've got Lord Shazar. I just put Lord Shazar in there because I finally got my Man-Eater to all his masteries. And I'm trying to use my Man-Eater a bit more now that I've got him. I finally put War Master on, so I can get a bit of damage out of him. So I'm trying him in different areas, specifically Doom Tower. But however, Lord Shazar has just come in, and again, because a lot of what I do in the long term is actually focused on Arena, because I think in the long term as a casual free-to-play, you can even the ground by getting your Arena capabilities leveled up, both tag team and classic. Again, I'm not really doing live arena. The only time I do live arena is when it shows me that I haven't done it enough and it's going to kick me down, so I'll go in and do a couple fights. But I mean, that's a future work in progress to see if I can progress in the live arena. As you know, I'm right now sort of focusing and see if I can move forward in the tag team. That's why these three are in here. Blood Gorged, I'd like to get him fully working, to see if I can do something with his Block Revival, get Block Revive teams together. And again, that will be mainly for the arena. Eric's is someone who can be very beneficial in the arena. Right now I don't have her for damage. I see a lot of people come up against a lot of people using her for damage. I've got her for the control, actually, because of her AoE A1. I do have her in the stun set. So I mean, I'm trying to get some damage out of her through her masteries. And of course, Shazar, I think, can be very important. He's got that big speed lead in the arena. Speed is something always I've struggled with. I put Kellen in here because I was trying to complete the Sylvan Watchers, and I still kind of struggle with the Sylvan Watchers crypt. There's not a lot of damage coming out of the team that I have.
Okay.
So a lot of survivability, but in level 20, where I'm facing the Cephalias on the first wave, they are actually have a very low percentage of getting through there because they don't have the damage to be overcoming the healing on that wave. Anyway, having said that, Kellen is still in here because he's right now my damager on that team. Maybe I'll pick somebody up. There is I've got Enda in there, Enda Moonbeam, but as soon as I get someone who can really do some damage, Enda's going to be out of there.
Why you want to leave me?
I got Cryodan that I'm going to be developing in the future, but however, he is still a work in progress. Anyway, having said that, that's why Kellen is in here, is for the Sylvan Watcher crypt. So I'm just going to take you through the run. I've got Bad L in the lead because very early on he developed and he was able to solo the highest levels of Minotaur. So I've just always put him in here because I know no matter who I've got on the team, this will never be a failure because Bad L can always solo. Maybe I've got some more champs now that could do it better. I don't know, but it's just Bad L can do it, so he's in the lead, and everyone else just kind of follows along with him. And you know, when people come up, I just swap them in and out as I decide who I'm going to go for next to get their masteries. Okay, so these champs will be in here for quite a long period of time. None of them is really close to getting all the full level of scrolls. And finally, on this topic, when the champs are attaining their scrolls and they attain their next level of the mastery, I'll show you Blood Gorge, for instance. As you can see here, he can pick some up. I'm not going to go in and select the masteries right away. As you can see here, I could deck him out with a few more. But because of the advanced quest of unlocking a mastery, I want to have as many champs as possible open with masteries so that I'm never found wanting. I approach a lot of areas in the game with this. You know, I know that there's quests and, you know, tournaments and events, so I hold back and I consider them as a resource to be used in those events, because you would never want to miss out on the advanced quests simply because you don't have a champ with masteries. You definitely don't want to be decking somebody out, you know, that you don't want to spend a lot of gems, or then having to go in and run a lot of Minotaur, you know, over and over and over again to get them to a point where they can unlock a mastery. As I have it, whenever that quest comes up, I can just go in and I can say, okay, Blood Gorged, you, or you know, Eric's, you know, you, okay. So there's always a mastery available for that quest. And also a benefit to that is that you have more time to think about exactly how you're going to use this champion, especially as things develop. You might actually things might change, and the way you saw that champion first might change. And, you know, you don't have, you know, all the masteries done to have to reset them and whatnot. So it gives you a bit of time to figure out exactly, okay, what's the best one to do? What's the kind of niche I want this one to fit into? Okay, guys, so that's just a little bit of a different video today. I said that I was going to try and get into a bit more of the philosophy of long-term free-to-play casual, because, you know, you see a lot of people doing the free-to-play challenges and whatnot, you know, and this and that, but you'll find out that they, a lot of them will quickly abandon that as it gets into the long-term, you know, years of playing the game. So there's got to be kind of a different mindset when you want to be free-to-play casual, you know, fully over the long term and be playing, you know, have a long raid career, if you want to call it that. So I hope, you know, for newer players or even a bit more long-term players who are, you know, struggling with the whole free-to-play casual thing, I hope that maybe that gave you a little bit of insight. Not much fun stuff going on today, but you know, it's an important part of the long-term aspect of playing Raid Shadow Legends. So take care, and as always, guys, thanks for watching.